Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is a new week here in Black Ops 6 in Warzone. And that means we've got some new updates inbound, several of which we already have confirmed. We actually already know we're going to have two different main updates this week, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. It's also quite possible we see other surprise updates drop in between, but it's also a super important week because it's likely the final full week before a lot of the devs go on their Christmas and holiday and New Year's breaks that we see every single year, which means what gets updated this week is probably the state of the game that we're going to have all the way until 2025, until the new year rolls around and the devs are back in office. So hopefully we end up seeing some very big fixes, big updates this week. As I mentioned, we already know of several things that'll be updated this week, mainly on the content side, but we also have other confirmations for other gameplay changes, other gameplay updates, and various different fixes. So diving right in, first up here, we've got our Tuesday update. This will be the first major update going live this week, and this one is more content based as it's specifically built around the Jingle Hells event. So this is going to be a new limited time mode in zombies. We just broke this down in full, obviously previewing the full holiday update just a couple of days ago, but with this dropping on Tuesday, it's going to essentially redecorate and redo part of what Liberty Falls is and what zombies is on Liberty Falls. So Jingle Hells is going to bring winter to Liberty Falls as a map. It's going to redecorate the map. It'll be all Christmassy like. There'll be snowmen on the map that you can actually get loot out of, or they'll spawn vermin and stuff. There'll be snowball piles that you can pick up and actually use as projectiles against zombies. And of course, the zombies are all redecorated as well. This one is wearing a whole wreath around him. They've got Christmas lights on them, all sorts of fun stuff going on there. So a bit more gimmicky, but a fun little twist there on classic Liberty Falls gameplay. So we'll have that going on here starting on December 17th. Now the much larger update actually goes live on the 19th, on Thursday, and with this we're going to see a full-on event update. New weapons going to become available. We've got a playlist update that we'll break down in just a moment as well, and of course quite possible we see a bunch of actual gameplay changes and full-on patch notes with this update as well. As of right now, it's seemingly going to be a hot fix or an update requires restart update. We'll have to see if there's any potential title update or anything added to the PlayStation database. If there is, obviously I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop, so stick it here for that alongside everything else going on in COD. If you want to make sure you're getting all the need to know info on a daily basis, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoy this video while you're at it, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. But of course, with this event update, we also covered this and previewed this a few days back as well, but it's the Archie's Festival Frenzy event. With this, you're going to start seeing a bunch of Archie Adam little characters here spawn in game. Every time you get a kill in multiplayer or zombies, these are going to drop in Warzone. If you get a kill or you open up a chest, these will come out there and you'll be able to collect these and then redeem these for a reward on the event menu. So if you redeem 5, you get a weapon sticker. If you redeem 25, you get a calling card. As you go through and redeem all of these, you're getting one tier closer to the AMR mod for snipers. So you'll end up being able to unlock that once you go through and redeem all rewards on this menu. And if you are a Black Cell owner, you actually get some bonus rewards as well, which is pretty interesting, but that'll be kicking off on the 19th and lasting until the new year there. So definitely a fun update with that, and obviously a new weapon coming alongside that is a pretty big deal as well. Now right alongside the major event update on the 19th and the general Thursday update, we're also going to see a new playlist update happen that day as well. Currently we've just got the details on the Warzone playlist update. Multiplayer will likely see one as well, if not Thursday, maybe Friday once the free-to-play trial comes to a close. We'll discuss that in just a moment. But with this, on Thursday the 19th, we're going to see our next major playlist update that'll last all the way until the new year on January 3rd. So this will basically be the holiday break playlist. And with this, we're going to see the debut of Sleigh Ride Resurgence, which is going to be quads on Urzikstan. So yes, Resurgence is coming to Urzikstan. If you played this last year, it's basically going to be the same mode. We've got like the holiday decorations all over the place. It is obviously Resurgence, so smaller zone. Resurgence rule set. The train has, a zombified Santa with a minigun on top of it. It's a pretty fun LTM. Had a lot of fun with this last year, so excited to jump back into it this year. We're obviously going to continue to see ranked play trios on Urzikstan. If you don't want to play Sleigh Ride Resurgence there, you can also just play standard Battle Royale on Urzikstan as well. All squad sizes for that: solos, duos, trios, and quads. And then basic Resurgence is going to be map rotation, solos, duos, and trios, and then quads on Area 99 and Rebirth Island. And then lastly, of course, plunder quads on Urzikstan if you're looking for some more casual gameplay, or if you're grinding out your camos since that's obviously the most efficient for that. But outside of some of the content and the playlist updates now, we also have a bunch of new updates to the Trello boards with the devs previewing various fixes and even confirming a few of them as well. Also, real quick, as mentioned here, the free trial going on for Black Ops 6 where you can play some of multiplayer and some of zombies completely for free, even if you don't actually own the full game, is going to be coming to a close at the end of this week on the 20th. So for the entirety of this week, you'll still be able to experience that if you're trying to maybe level up some guns a bit easier in multiplayer or zombies. You want to get some camo challenges done if you're typically just a Warzone free-to-play player. Great week to jump on and grind out some matches there. Again, that'll be coming to a close on the 20th. So here on the Warzone Trello, we actually have several new updates here that we haven't covered that they've posted over the course of the past couple of days here. So a couple of things that could easily be fixed this week with some potential patch notes. Obviously, if those drop, I'm going to be covering them right as they happen, so stay tuned, of course. But this also may be stuff that we just see alongside the next title update, whenever that could be, January 3rd potentially, or early on into the new year. Cross our fingers, hopefully a lot of this stuff gets fixed before they go on a holiday break, of course, but they are investigating multiple issues preventing players from applying new armor plates. Armoring this year just seems to have a lot of bugs for some reason. I'm not sure how after all this time in Warzone we've broken armoring. That's a pretty basic feature in the game, but it's where we're at right now. So they are looking into armor being very buggy in its current state. They're also investigating an issue that prevents players from looting items on the ground. Just kind of a major deal there, especially early game when you're trying to pick things up and get set up so you can start hunting cash and going for kills and getting your loadie. You just can't pick up things off the ground. So kind of a game-breaking issue there. They are investigating an issue that's causing players to spectate the wrong enemy. This is a big deal as well. It's been a big question this year. Is this intentional? Is this a bug? That's kind of the main theme this year. Feature or bug? We don't know, but they're saying this is a bug. You're supposed to spectate the team that kills you. This obviously is almost indirectly helping cheaters, because if you die to someone who has crazy weird aim or you think they're cheating, you can't spectate them to confirm unless you happen to get lucky and you start spectating their team, which seems to be completely random. So in a future update, they are going to fix that, where the team that takes you out is the team that you'll spectate right away if you're sticking around to spectate there. So pretty important thing that's going to be updated there soon. They also say the switch to second weapon keybind under advanced combat keybinds causes players to pull out their backup pistol when attempting to swap to their secondary weapons. So there's a lot of buggy situations going on with certain keybinds when it comes to pulling out your melee or your secondary for KBM. So those are all going to be resolved here soon, with this one being the main one they are looking into. They're also investigating an issue where self-reviving with the survivor perk equipped is causing players to remain stuck in an unrevivable state. So that's a pretty big deal there. We've also covered this other card at the very top. It seems like this might actually be its own individual thing though, since they have a separate card for it that was posted after this one initially dropped. So obviously another game-breaking thing where your teammates are just going to be completely stuck. You can't revive them if they got this bug, which completely ruins their life there, and potentially the game, obviously, if they're not able to have a resurgence timer or be bought back or whatever the case is. So another one that definitely needs updating here ASAP. Now on the Black Ops 6 general Trello board here, not as much as changes over on the Warzone recently. We do still have a couple of different fixes scheduled though, so it's quite possible we see these drop in the coming days. That fix is still scheduled for the mantling speed being too slow. They tried to fix this before, it just did not work. The full update did not roll out properly, so faster mantling speeds are coming, which is definitely good news. Other than that though, it is several issues that we've already covered previously, as they've been on the Trello board for some time. There's still also a fix scheduled for damage reduction on the elemental sword wonder weapons against the main boss was greater than intended, and Treyarch actually updated this a little bit already, so I do think they need to update this Trello more. However, Treyarch did mention some other additional things coming in a future update outside of the Trello. So speaking of the swords not doing enough damage to the boss, they say, hey, when we did that weapon update the other day, that damage reduction was greater than intended. So this issue has been corrected now, so that fix scheduled has already gone out that they listed on the Trello board there. So the wonder weapons now deal much better damage against the boss on Citadel Day More. However, they also reveal that they've got additional adjustments and improvements planned for the elemental sword wonder weapons in a future update, which is likely why that card is actually still on the Trello now that I think of it. So there's going to be more tuning coming for those wonder weapons and other general zombie tuning in a future update as well. Again, would be pretty cool to see see it go live this week just so that it's there and it's set in stone while the devs are on a holiday break. I imagine there's going to be some kind of skeleton crew maybe supporting the game while the break is going on, but we see this happen every year around Christmas and New Year's. The devs are out of office, rightfully so. So whatever state the game is, you know, come Friday, come Thursday, potentially after the updates, is likely the state of the game for the next couple of weeks before we see some major updates happen shortly after, you know, January starts and the new year rolls around. So a lot to be on the lookout for this week. Obviously, as anything is announced, anything is revealed, anything happens in game, I'll be covering it all right as it does happen. So feel free to stick it here and stay tuned for everything going on by hitting that subscribe button and turning on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating on your way out would be really appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.